All right, we're going to learn how to press.
All right.
Okay, so first thing we're going to do is the grip. When we take the grip on the press, I like to tell everyone to make a diamond, and they're going to put their hands on the bar, kind of turning the thumb down into a diamond that's split apart here. The bar is going to kind of run down your palm reader line between the two eminences of the palm. When you grip the bar, instead of bending your wrist and walking under it and breaking the wrist like this, after you make your grip, what you're going to do is you're going to pretend you're doing a squat, and the bar is going to rotate in your hands as your elbows and forearm drive under, and then you're going to step up and bring the bar up. Okay?
Okay.
So go ahead and step up to the bar.
Okay.
You're going to make your grip. Yeah. Now go ahead and wrap your fingers around. Now I want you to bend your knees and walk forward under the bar as if you were going to do a squat. Elbows can swing forward underneath the bar. Remember, knuckles are going to stay mostly up. So point your knuckles up a bit more. It's okay if the bar spins, yeah. And then walk under even more under the bar. Okay. Good, now stand up with the bar and step back. Good, that's good right there. Now you're gonna stand with your feet about shoulder width apart and toes out about 30 degrees. That's the same basic stance you use for your squat, okay? Now, when you're here in this position, we want your forearms vertical. So your elbows are gonna be, they're gonna feel like they're forward a little bit, but just the tip is going to be forward, okay? That's going to create a vertical forearm. Now you're going to squeeze your chest together. And again, feel how these are bent. We want them straighter. So knuckles are going to be up. That's right.
All right.
And this squeezes together here. Good. So you're going to squeeze your chest. Abs are tight. Legs are tight. Now, looking straight ahead at the wall, I just want you to press the bar up overhead. So go ahead, press the bar up overhead. When you finish your press, you want the bar to finish over the middle of your foot. So it's going to be back a little bit. Knuckles are up like you're punching through the ceiling. And now to finish the movement, you're gonna shrug your shoulders up as much as you can. Okay. That's how you're gonna finish every movement, okay? Go ahead and bring the bar back down and go ahead, walk it in and rack it. This press though that we do isn't quite strict. We're gonna add a hip movement to give us some bounce in the bottom so that we can get some drive out of the bar, okay? Remember again, everything is squeezed tight, right? We wanna be like a bow and arrow or a rubber band. So we're going to squeeze our legs tight. We're going to squeeze our stomach tight. You can put your hands on your hip. And now we're going to use this tightness in the front of our body to move the hips and get them to bounce back. The tighter I am in the front, the better the bounce back is going to be. So I get everything tight, my hips move out, and they bounce back. A lot of people have the tendency to want to like cock the hip back to give them more momentum. We don't want that though, because we want the front of the body as tight as possible. So just think of the hips going forward. As long as the front of your body is tight enough, the hips will come back. There we go. That's the movement. It should almost feel like you're going to get onto your toes, right? Mm-hmm. Try to stay in mid-foot, stay in balance. Don't be afraid to snap the hip forward. Let's do 3 more. Go ahead. Hips, and hips, and hips. Great. Awesome. So at the apex, or at the furthest most part of your hip movement forward, as that bar bounces, as the bar reaches the bottom of that bounce, as my hips get forward, that's when I initiate my press, okay? Now, when you press, we want to keep that bar as close to our body as we can. If I hand you this 10-pound plate, so go ahead and hold this 10-pound plate. Now hold it to your chest, tight. It's easy, right? Yeah. You could hold that plate all day. Mm-hmm. Now, put your arms out straight, hold the plate out in front of you. Much harder, right? Yeah. So that's the idea with the press, okay? We want the bar as close to our center line as possible, as close to our midfoot as possible. Okay. All right, so when you press, you're gonna receive cues like hit your hair with the bar, all right? Or brush your eyebrows, keep it close, okay? And that's what that means. When you press the bar, you're gonna want to push it away or push it straight up. We actually want you to push it slightly back so that you can finish in that balanced position over the middle of your foot. All right, so we're just gonna do a set of 5 now with a little bit of weight on the bar. I know it's not heavy for you, but the idea is that with a little more weight on the bar, it'll be easier for you to feel the effectiveness of that bounce with the hips. Also, it'll feel like the bar will be able to settle into that position over midfoot a little bit better, okay? Remember the importance of the grip position, where we want the bar to sit in the hands, and also I'll cue you on a few other things, forearm angle, your stance, and tightness, okay? So go ahead, make your grip. Walk forward underneath the bar, stand up, take one small step back. All right, now, Elbows squeeze your chest, chest is up. Now we're gonna put the pieces together, hips and press. So go ahead, hips and press. Big shrug at the top, knuckles face straight up. And bring the bar down. And again, elbows, and bring the bar back down. So that time you let your elbows sink back. So remember, every time we're gonna have to bring these elbows slightly in front of the bar. Every time knuckles are gonna face up, you're gonna squeeze your chest. Give yourself some cleavage, all right? Now, hips and press. Shrug, okay, bring it down. A little more snappy hip.
Okay.
Big breath, tight stomach, hips, press, and shrug. Good, bring it back down. Eyes again are burning a hole straight in the wall in front of you, right here. Eyes are right here, okay? Stand up tall, big breath, hips and press. And shrug. That's the best one you've done. Bring it back down. Elbows together. Tight stomach, tight quads, hips and press. And shrug. Good. Bring it down. Go ahead and walk it in. All right, so you're going to press during the novice linear progression. You're going to press every other session. So you're going to press one day, the next day you come in, you're going to bench press. When you press, you're going to do 3 sets of 5 at your work weight. So you'll go through your warm-up progression, working with the empty bar, and then 45% of your work weight, 65% of your work weight, a last warm-up at 85% of your work weight, and then 3 sets of 5 reps, okay? Every time you come in and do this, like the other lifts, we're going to add a little bit of weight to the bar. Usually the jumps on this lift are going to be a little bit smaller. We can do 5-pound jumps for the first week or 2, and then most likely jumps will move down to 2.5 pounds. And that's just going to allow us to continue, or allow you to continue to recover and adapt to the stress, add a little more weight to the bar every time you press, and get nice and strong and get a big heavy press.
All right.
All right?
Awesome. Thank
you. Cool.